If you strip emotions, your success is just math. And we are good to go. Bienvenidos. Mi nombre Borino, el Realtor Spectacular Internacional. How are you guys? My name is Borino. I coach, I help, I inspire people like you to make this crazy, awesome, profitable, sometimes insane business of real estate more bearable, more profitable, more enjoyable. How are you guys? Good to see you. Every Tuesday we get here on Rockstars and we talk about real estate. We talk about how do you make more money, how to become more successful. If you're watching this on YouTube, on replay, good to have you. Maybe you're listening to the Rockstar Radio podcast. All of that is awesome. Glad to have you. Before we get cranking, I have a special invitation for you guys. Go check out goborino.com/trial. I set up a special trial for you guys. You've been such loyal fans and supporters and agents. Many of you are my students and I appreciate you. I have this training program called The Path, where every month we work on part of your systems, from time management to communication to lead generation to follow-up to listing presentation, all of that. You get all of my systems and part of it. And as a special, because here we are at the verge of a new year, starting new, right? We're 30 days in 2021. I have this invitation, $1 trial. Go try it. See if you and I can work together, if I can improve your business, help you make this year a profitable, successful business. That's my goal. Now, of course we can, but I need your help. Come on board, try it for $1, see if you like it. If you stay, it's only $197. It's a really good program. I really like it. So go check it out. Now, with that, how about we start talking about some big bucks? Some really big bucks. And it all started with this post with my Mark Gregory Gingrich, a great agent from Palm Beach Gardens in Florida, who posted here on Rockstars recently. Have you seen this post? So an agent in my marketplace posted that he and his team of 2 did over $100 million in sales. What does the agent like that do to achieve that level? What do they do differently than an average agent? So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to share with you how over the years, I've been at this for over 20 years, coaching over 100,000 real estate agents just like you. So I had the privilege of training several uber extraordinary rock stars reaching this kind of success. So we'll talk about it. So guys, I even have my fancy notes and I will share with you. Now maybe you're sitting there going, well, Borino, that's all groovy, $100 million in sales. I don't want to reach that much. Why am I even watching this? I don't ever want to reach that kind of level. That may be true. But the formulas and strategy I'm going to put on a big board here behind me in just a moment will apply to no matter where you are and no matter how far you want to take it. My suggestion is this. We all have 1,400, and what is it? I even wrote it down. 1,440 minutes every day. That's what we got, 24 hours. How you invest those 24 hours every day in long term will result in maybe a beautiful lifestyle, a lot of freedom, a lot of money in the bank, a lot of peace of mind. COVID or no COVID, doesn't matter. There are plenty of opportunities. So no matter how far you want to go, I suspect, and the reason you're here is because you want to do better this year. And you already recognize and realize that doing the same old that worked 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, will not work right now, will not work from now on. There are some permanent changes. So let's talk about what makes these people so successful. Now, interesting thing, when Mike posted this, there was a long discussion, and I didn't include the discussion, but you can see that there were how many comments when Mark posted this? 489 comments as of when I took the screenshot, maybe more. But here is something interesting. Your reaction to $100 million among 3 agents, how you react to it, and many of those reactions were mocking and kind of insulting and a little bit of arrogant, really reveal how you feel about success, money, wealth, and prosperity. Where is your money thermostat set? What is the most you believe you can earn as a rockstar real estate agent? When you see something like that, a success at this level, some people mocked it saying, nah, it's not possible. That's impossible. That's bullshit. Anybody can post that. That's not true. Now, whether it's true or not doesn't matter. I can tell you from my personal experience, I have students who do that kind of level of income. I have some of you rock stars who make over $1 million in gross commission to them with a very small team, sometimes just a group of assistants. So the wealth is out there. How you react to it. The inner dialogue, the voice of thousand drunken monkey in your head will reveal whether you even believe it's possible, whether you believe you're worth it, whether you believe you can reach it, or not. So be really honest with yourself, because it will reveal about your self-worth, self-image you have. Because friends, if I've learned something about this business over the last 20-some years, it's this. Your mindset, your set of beliefs will determine your success more than anything else. More than skill, more than talent, more than anything else, more than great looks. Ta-da, ta-da. It's going to be your mindset. It's going to be that inner voice, because let's break it down. One thing write these down, please. Do yourself a favor and think about them. Think about these points we're going to go over. And I have broken down into bullets, into numbers. There are 5 strategies, 7 systems, all of that I'm going to give you in just a moment. But write this down. If you strip emotions, your success is just math. So let's look at the math. Check this out. So let's assume we are in a price range, like here in my area, I'm just outside of Washington, D.C., in an area called Falls Church, Lake Barcroft. Let's say you're selling $1 million homes. Here it would be a little less, but let's say it's $1 million for easy math. So that means you need to do 100 sales. And if I divide it by 3 agents, that's only 33 closed transactions per agent. Now, many of you are doing that already. So it is possible. Each one of those makes about $825,000 in GCI. $825,000. That's a good lifestyle. That's good. Now, do you believe, and be honest, do you believe, oops, let me post that link for you. Here we go. Do you believe you're worth $825,000? Have you ever made $825,000? Do you know anyone who makes $825,000? How do you feel right now? Excited or scared? Skeptical or optimistic? Be honest. If you do 100 closings, and we're going to use my math, my numbers, because those are the ones I know. Your numbers are a little bit different, but the formulas are the same. And they won't be vastly different. So let's follow this. 100 closings, look at the math, equals 100 listings taken. Listings taken, right? If you take 100 listings, you should close about 100 transactions, give or take. Not every listing will sell, but some you'll double end. You help some of your sellers buy. You will attract some buyers. So at the end, that equation should be about the same. In order for me to get 100 listings, I need to go on 133 listing appointments. My closing ratio is about 75-80%. So 133 listing appointments. Okay? Can I do that in a year? Of course. Totally doable. Now, 133 listing appointments, I need to generate 1,333 leads, because I know I convert one high conversion lead out of 10 into an appointment. You notice how your success is nothing but a math. Leads to appointments to listings. And these Uber rock stars doing it just in a higher volume. That is the whole secret. In order for you to do 100 transactions, you need to generate 5.5 leads. And one day I will spell leads right. A day. At 240 working days a year. See what I mean? You strip the emotions, you let go of that noise, that blah, 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 blah. You're left with math. What is your math? Maybe different. But the equation will always be the same. Closings, listings, appointments, leads. Or backwards, leads that result into appointments that result into listings. Is that making sense so far? It should make perfect sense. Yeah? All right. Now, here's what I know. We have a whole bunch of you watching this, and I appreciate you guys. Love working with you, love answering your questions, and please post them. Scott says, I'm scared and skeptical. Scott, and I appreciate you being honest. Because here is what I know, Scott. You have what it takes. You watching it have what it takes. I'm pointing not just at Scott, at every single one of you guys watching it. You have what it takes. There is enough information, there are enough tools, there is enough resources, coaching. Come do the path with me. I'll guide you to this kind of level if that's what you want. But I promise you, what's holding you back is not the lack of information, lack of tools, lack of resources, or lack of business. I mean, fuck, come on. Last year, 6.8 million transactions closed. In 2020, 6.8 million transactions closed. So you can't say there is no business. You can't say there are no buyers. You can't say there are no sellers. Bullshit. There's somebody making the money. You need to know first what mindset is holding you back. That's what made me homeless. It was the mindset. It wasn't nothing else but the drunken monkey in my head that was holding me back, keeping me from the wealth, success, prosperity. Where I would sabotage myself. Has that ever happened to you? Like you forget to make a phone call, send an email, or somehow you just screw things up and you're sitting there going, what the fuck? Why am I doing this? That's why you're doing this. Your assumption, your beliefs, that stuff going on in your head determines your success more than anything else. That's the bad news. The good news is you can change. Scott, you need to know, I have a problem. I need help. And there are tools and resources and there's coaching, there are seminars and books to help you reset the mindset. That's why the first month of the path, as you know, Scott, we work on the mindset because it's the foundation. Then all of a sudden this is just a matter of math. You can build a profitable business, every single one of you. Now, it doesn't start with how do these superstars do it? How do people reach 500,000 a year, a million a year, or more? It doesn't start with how. It starts with who. How they perceive themselves, how they see themselves, what they believe are worth it, deserve it, how their self-image determines their behavior, their actions, not the other way around. So the shift has to happen first with the self-image. Who you believe you are determines what you do and how far you're going to go as far as your success and your income. These people are grounded. These people are confident. These people are certain. And they would not accept anything other than absolute success. It is the expectations that set them apart. They have different expectations. For them, mediocrity is not an option. And I'll tell you from my personal experience, I was never really afraid of failure. Like, I don't like to fail, nobody does. But I'm not really afraid of it. What I'm really afraid of is mediocrity. You know, the Toyota Corolla, just good enough. Good enough salary, good enough income, good enough lifestyle, good enough house, good enough car, good enough getting by, having enough money to survive, where you don't go hungry, you don't struggle, but not enough to really feel the freedom, to really live where it's not about price tags, it's about choices, it is about preferences, where the money solves most of your problems. And it does, and it will. That's what I want for you guys. And the purpose of this session today is to inspire you, to unlock that next level for you where you first start seeing it, believing like, yeah, maybe I can do this. Maybe not 100 million, but what if you did half? Start with who you are. Change who you are and you will change what you do, how you perceive the world, and the actions you take. Now, there are 7 qualities every single rock star I've ever worked with who makes this kind of income has. And what I would like you to do is just be honest with yourself. You don't put it in the comments, you don't have to tell me, but be honest with yourself and tell yourself, where am I on a scale of 1 to 5 here? 5 being a total rock star, got this, nailed it. 1, oh shit, I have a problem. Number 1, confidence. Rock stars at this level, earning this kind of money, the number 1 quality they have is high level of confidence. It is the number 1 quality, the most desirable, most attractive, most magnetic quality you can develop. People flock to people who have confidence. The reason you like my coaching is not just because the stuff I teach works, but because I deliver it believing, not just in me and in my systems, but in you. I have confidence you can do this. I have confidence I can teach you. I have confidence that together we can build something. Confidence when you present, confidence when you prospect, confidence when you communicate, confidence when you interact with your prospects, your sphere, your past clients, everybody, where they feel like, shit, he or she knows their stuff, that they're good at what they do. It is this quality, more than anything, that will make people turn, pay attention, and perceive you as different, is confidence. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 5 in terms of confidence? Number 2, superstars at that level have a sense of certainty. And I don't have a certainty, I spelled certainty right, but you get what I mean. Sense level of certainty. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I know that I don't have all the answers, but I will figure it out. I am certain the success is mine. I am certain I am good at what I do. I have a sense of certainty, especially now in the world full of questions and uncertainty. Being so certain is like a freaking electric magnet that people just go whoosh to you. A sense of certainty where there is no hesitation. There is no needy, low status, wimpy, manipulative behavior. Sense of certainty. That's number 2. Number 3, very high competence. High competence. High competence, they know their stuff. They got this down. They are good agents. They are good at what they do. They're competent, they know their market, they know their contract, they know marketing. They understand what makes this business work, what makes this business profitable. What is your level of competence? How competent are you as a real estate agent compared to these guys? Would you rate yourself 5? Because if it's anything less than 5, you're going to get crushed by competition who is at level 5. All right, number 4. If you start running business at above 25, 30 transactions a year, you need to be organized. These guys are very well organized. They don't lose business because they're disorganized. They don't blow up transactions. They're organized. They follow a process. How well are you organized? How organized is your business? Is it scattered all over the place? I remember first few years in my business, Jesus, you opened my trunk in my car, there were paperwork, there were open house signs, all kinds of shit. It showed that I was not very organized. My desk was kind of messy. I wasn't very organized. And my desk in my car reflected the stuff going on in my head. You want to reach a high level of success, you better get your ducks in a row. You better get organized. Number 5, they're focused. Very high level of focus. Because the moment you start getting distracted, you're draining energy. The moment you start multitasking, focusing on 3 or 5, 6 different things at a time, you're going to drain energy. You will not be as productive. It is the focus at a single task where they just say, I'm going to get this done and nothing else matters right now. You won't see them 1 hour on Facebook fucking around checking dancing cats videos. Focused. Very high level of focus that requires discipline to stay that focus, but it is necessary. Laser focused. Number 6, they're good planners. And that's a 2-part process. Good planners. They're good at planning. They take their calendar, boom, 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 boom. Their day's planned, the week is planned, the month is planned, the year is somewhat planned. That's part 1. And part 2, they're good at following that plan, staying on track. That doesn't mean they're not nimble, they're not flexible, because shit happens. We know we have crises and we have things to take care of. They're unplanned or unpredictable. In this business, yes. But overall, they follow a plan. Not 75 points, not 160 strategic points or any of that. It's not very complicated, but it's well planned. Because they only focus on 3 things: getting leads, getting appointments, and getting listings. It's a very simple focus that makes it easy to follow. Number 7, thick skin. Thick skin. They have a thick skin. And here's why that matters. Those who take the most listings also deal with the most rejection. They hear no more often than anyone else. The difference is not that they don't get punched in the face. Champions get punched in the face more than anyone else. The difference is not that they fall down. The difference is they're much better at getting up quickly, dusting themselves off, and getting right back on. And I developed this quality when I was an actor, and I was preparing for a film. This was back in Czechoslovakia many years ago. And we were riding this horse. I got assigned this horse. I should have known. His name was Nero. And as you know, ancient Roman history, Nero was not a nice guy. He was one of those emperors that liked to chop heads off of people. So I should have known that the name of that horse was an indication of his riding qualities, or lack thereof. Anyway, we're riding one day. I'm a newbie. I'm training for a movie, so I'm learning. But it was a lovely day. We were riding through this park. It was an outskirt of the city, lovely park, a lot of trees, a little creek going through. And suddenly this crazy horse decides that there's a branch ahead of me, that the rider ahead of me was a group of us, about 4 or 5 horses. The rider in front of me barely avoided. My darling horse lifts just a little, smacks me right off the horse, and I just go down flying. Now, for those of you who ride horses, horses normally don't trample people. They don't jump on people. They don't hurt people. They are instinctively trying to avoid you. But we were going pretty fast and pretty close to each other, so the horse behind me hit me pretty hard, and I got pummeled pretty well. Knocked the wind out of me. Scared the shit out of me, of course. There were a few bruises. Unfortunately, I didn't get hurt too much, but I was scared. And our coach, the leader, turned around and said, "Get back on." And I'm like, "What? You're crazy? I'm never getting on that beast, ever again." He says, No, dude, get back on. The longer you wait, the less likely you will be to get back on. So I dusted myself off, kind of caught my breath because it knocked the wind out of me, caught my breath, got back on the horse, and we finished the ride. And he was right. My fear would have taken over. Had it not been for him and being so experienced, a good coach, I would have probably never gotten back on the horse because it really scared me. Rock stars, superstars, get knocked down just like everybody else. But they just know they need to get back in the game. Because rejection is unavoidable, stress is unavoidable, pitfalls, downsell, downfalls, disappointments, all part of not just real estate, but life. What sets these guys apart, and of course ladies, I'm just using the term guys, is their ability to get back on. To feel bad for a little bit and then get back in the game. How good are you at that? And if you're not, it's a skill. It's not a talent, it's a skill you develop. Just like being a fighter. You get punched, you punch back. You block, you react, and you get back on. These are the 7 qualities, friends. You develop these, you're going to go far. Those who get the most listings get most rejections. They also deal with the most stress. But their ability to solve more problems quicker also grows their bank account. Make sense? Now, they have 5 systems in place. In order for you to reach a high level of success, whether it's $1 million or less, doesn't really matter. Leah is right. Perseverance. Yes, let me actually show you. Yeah, Darren says, get back on a horse. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. This is the city I live in. Average price right now is $700,000. Easy to do by these Borino systems. In fact, we'll fucking do it myself. Aaron, please do, man. And I will support you. You can totally do this. But see, it starts here. You already believe. Yeah, I think I can do this. It's not going to be easy, but here I have news for you guys. Being broke is harder. Failing is harder. And you know what the worst is? Regret. Regret. So what are you willing to do? Are you willing to go all out? Because there are no guarantees that it's going to work. There are no guarantees you're going to make a lot of money right away. It's going to take time. These guys, it usually takes, in my experience of being a coach, it takes at least 5 years to develop this kind of systems and level to reach this kind of income. 5 years minimum, usually 8 to 10. Are you willing to commit to 8 to 10 years to have the best rest of your life ever? I know people who have. I know people who did. And they all will tell you it was worth it. But that's a question you need to answer. So let's talk about the systems. First set of systems is systems to get good, high quality, high conversion leads. That is the first system. That's a bloodline of your business. And they achieve it with a combination of marketing, advertising, and prospecting. That means active plus passive. Active meaning they go out and get the business, plus passive. Business comes to them, like Facebook advertising, for example, direct mail. Okay? Passive, active, marketing, prospecting, and advertising. They have a system. And usually they don't have 20 different things running. That'd be jack of all trades. No, they're masters. And they usually master 3 to 4 good lead generation funnels. You need to do the same. Number 2, they have a good follow-up system. Nurturing those leads. Because some of those leads will take time, especially if you do a lot of online marketing, online advertising. The conversion there, minimum, usually, that's what you report to me, is about 6 months. And it can be more. I know some of you have leads you follow up with for 2 years before they converted. This, if you get hold of them, if you can communicate with them. But you need to have a follow-up. Now, to make your follow-up work is a combination of delegation plus automation. Because to do business at this level, there is no way you can sit on a computer for 2-3 hours a day, fucking around sending emails, sending postcards, writing notes, texting, doing all that. That'd be just too much because you need to still generate 5 to 6 leads a day hitting that level. You with me? So you're going to combine delegation. That means you're going to have staff doing it, and I'll show you in just a moment who you need to hire. Plus automation, using the technology. Technology will not replace you. Technology will not replace the activities you need to do. It just makes it nice because it automates a lot of that stuff. So a good CRM is absolutely essential to that. Number 3 system they have is a listing system. A listing system. Now, listing system is divided into 4 sections. That's a pre-listing. What happens before they go on a listing appointment? That's a pre-listing package, pre-qualifying the seller, preparing CMA. That's all broken down into a system. Pre-listing, the actual listing, appointment, and presentation. That means how is the presentation put together? Usually 30-minute, 40-minute conversation, backed up with some material, some nice presentation, some slides. Post-listing, that's the marketing time. How do they market listings? Marketing. And a lot of it is the same here. Delegation plus automation. They don't do a whole lot of that themselves. It's set up as a system. And then finally closing. This is where delegation is so important, because a lot of the closing activities, closing the file, making sure everything is smooth, communicating with the appraisals, with the lenders and everybody else involved in the transaction, can be delegated. They don't need to do a whole lot of that, okay? Number 4 system is a buyer system. And here the word is efficiency. Because as you know, if you start working with 2 or 3 buyers, that's it, your week is shot. You cannot serve more than 2 or 3 buyers at the time. True or false? You're going to spend a lot of time qualifying, talking to them, showing property, negotiating, writing offers, doing all that. So efficiency, same thing. A lot of it gets delegated. A lot of it gets delegated. Buyer process. And then 5th system they have is a nurture process. Nurture process. And this is connected to the follow-up process. The nurture is divided into their sphere and past clients. This is what you need to build. Now, here's the beautiful thing. This does not require talent. None of that is talent. It's just having the right systems in place. System meaning step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and the right tools. Texting, emails, communication. It's all based on communication. How are your systems? Are they a 5? Are they performing well? Fine-tuned, well-oiled machines? Or are they like squeaky, kind of on and off like an engine that's not firing on all the cylinders? See, this is a good little evaluation where you are in terms of your business, isn't it? Okay? Now let's talk about support. Because you ain't going to do it by yourself. This is going to require some support. Good assistant. This is not a real estate agent. He or she doesn't need to be licensed. They need to be well organized, focused, mission focused. Good, productive assistant, somebody who can be trusted. Somebody who's diligent, who's good with details. That's number 1. Couple of buyer's agents. Now, here's the beautiful part. They also function as in-house sales agents. That means they can call leads, follow up with leads. They're all part of the team. But a superstar would not be driving around showing a bunch of properties. There's no time for that. There are people for that. The superstar will overlook negotiations of the offer, making sure the terms are good. They still own that client and serve that client, but they have people doing everything else. Number 3, good transaction coordinator or transaction assistant. Somebody who can take care of files. That was my weakness. Holy cow, I was terrible. When it comes to like paperwork and getting signatures and all that, because I knew there's no more money in there. Yes, I want to serve my client and get paid and close the deal and make my broker happy. But boy, that was always bad. So having a good assistant, good transaction coordinator is absolutely essential. Number 4, marketing coordinator. Someone who can run all the ads, postcards, social media. It needs to be done, just not by the superstar, not by the rock star. And number 5, a customer service rep. That would be the person getting in touch, emailing, calling, checking with other agents, coordinating showings, making sure the clients are happy. This is the support. This is how one agent, and I've had students like that, can do 100 transactions by himself. Totally doable. Mega agent with a great support. Systems plus people. Remember, delegation plus automation. Build these. Good, strong assistant, a couple of buyer's agents that work also as in-house sales agents, transaction coordinator, marketing coordinator, customer service. You're golden, making a lot of money. You can make $1 million doing that. Absolutely doable. Okay? All right, Aaron says, you're right, 5 years. I'm at 3.5. Totally doable, Aaron. Yes. I am close, 1 step away. Perfect. I like that. Totally doable. Now, the final part to this, if you want to reach the rockstar level, you need to develop 4 skills, 4 core essential skills. Now, when I ask you rate yourself, you must score 5 on these. Otherwise, none of this will work. Because it's built on your skills, not talents, not special abilities, just skills. Skills is something you can learn, improve, develop, and master. So, skill number 1, rockstar planning skill. And then following the plan. It's impossible for someone making this level of income to sit there on Monday morning saying, I wonder what we should do today. Where is some money I can make? Who should I call? No. It's all part of the big picture. We got to close 100 deals. That means today I need to generate 5.5 leads. What do I need to do first, second, third? It's all planned. It's all time blocked. Not crazy. It's not essential to work 14-hour days. I mean, there will be days like that, especially at the beginning, when you build the momentum. That's essential. It's like a rocket ship burns 80% of its fuel at the takeoff to fight the gravity. But once the momentum is built, it's a lot easier. I know a lot of these guys take a lot of time off. It is not about slaving every day. It's not about grind. But when they do, it's on. Why? Because it's well planned and they just follow the plan. Number 2, all of these, no exceptions, are master communicators. Excellent communication. And it's a skill. I developed that skill. And at the beginning, it was out of necessity, because at the beginning, I didn't have money to run fancy, big marketing and advertising campaigns. I was broke. But I've learned that people respond to when you treat them with kindness, when you engage them in confident communications, when you control the conversation without being manipulated, without closing, without being salesy or reciting scripts. Everyone hitting these levels of success is an exceptional communicator. They're good at lead generation, they're good at following up, they're good at overcoming objections, handling objections, they're good at setting appointments, they're great presenters, conversational presenters, and they're exceptional negotiators. Where are you? Would you rate yourself 5 as a communicator? Number 3, they have a strong sense of discipline. Very strong sense of discipline. Very strong sense of purpose, discipline. It is not about how I feel. It's like when I go to my dentist. I have a very nice dentist, Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee is there when I need him. I show up, he takes care of my problem. See, I don't really care whether Dr. Lee has a good day, bad day, feels like going to work, is happy or not happy. He's a pro. He gets shit done. Develop that sense of discipline. I get shit done. And there might be days I feel like it, there might be days I don't. There may be days everything is going great, there may be days where it sucks. Such is life. Que sara, sara. Sense of discipline, where shit gets done no matter how I feel, will elevate you to the level of a rock star. And number 4 is a skill of balance. Balance. This is something I, for example, learned the hard way. I was always very driven, always been, as you know, business, work, serving you, developing systems, develop coaching programs for you, doing these lives, all of that stuff. Love doing it. I could do it all day long, do it every day. But the balance comes from connecting this body to the mission, to the family, to the education, all of that. Because what I learned, fortunately not the hard way, and I'm grateful that the lesson was not painful or hard, is that, for example, if I don't take care of my body, doesn't matter how disciplined I am, doesn't matter how driven I am, if this thing starts breaking down on me, if I don't have enough energy, if I don't have enough focus, if I don't remember, if my brain doesn't function at 100%, it ain't gonna happen long term. You can push yourself short term drinking a lot of coffee, eating donuts, that's fine. But there will come a point where you just have to evaluate, shit, I gotta get my shit together and do the mind part, the education part, the health part. It's all connected. Because if one of them starts breaking down, everything else will get out of whack. Are you with me on that? So rock stars like that treat life in somewhat of a balance. Now, when I say balance, it's a very relative term. You and I are entrepreneurs. You're driven. We're go-getters. We're eager to succeed. It's a combination of strong ego, I know we have it, passion, desire to be really good, to serve the clients and make the money. So work will take precedence. I get that. There will be no such thing as perfectly balanced life. That's a fallacy. I don't believe that's possible. But with that, these guys are aware, I need to take care of this body. It's like a race car. If I expect high performance, I have to put the best oil in, put the best tires on it, and give it a rest when necessary. Those are the qualities. Now, what did we talk about? Price range. Price range helps. I mean, every single one of you can move to a higher price range. And if it means move geographically, so be it. It's part of business. You got to do it. If you work for a corporation who says we're offering a position of vice president and we're going to give you a $100,000 raise, yeah, you would pack up your shit and go, of course. Same thing here. If moving from $200,000 price range to, let's say, $700,000 or $1 million will increase your paycheck and improve your lifestyle, so be it. You got to do it. But it doesn't mean you can make a lot of money selling $300,000, $400,000 homes. Every single one of you can. That is not the issue. The price range is not an issue. The issue is the systems, the skills, the tools, the mindset we talked about. Now, I'm going to give you one last word that will tie all this together. Rock stars leverage. They leverage their team, their support, their sphere. They leverage their strengths. We all have some, and there may be some weaknesses. For example, if I were to run Borino Productions accounting, forget about it. We'd be bankrupt in about 30 days. That is not my strength, nor would I want it to be. Because now I can leverage the income coming in, I can leverage to hire very competent people who can take care of our books. Same thing with rock stars. Once the income reaches a certain level, you can leverage that income and buy some advertising, buy marketing, do direct mail, do things that will replace your need to trade time for money, which is prospecting, following up, and doing all those things. You will still do some, but you can leverage. Being smart about leverage will help you accelerate that success faster. Leverage your experience, leverage your exposure, and leverage the money that you're receiving. Is that helpful, my friends? I find it interesting that you can have it and one small thing changes and you lost looking to find it again. Yes, you can lose it. You can lose it. It's absolutely possible that you lose it, but here is the news, friends. No matter how shitty 2020 was, whether it was or not is relative, depends who you ask and depends how you look at it. It was challenging, difficult, definitely different from all the other years. And I've been around for quite some time, as you can tell by some of the gray hair. But I got probably the best news of this entire session. I hope you enjoyed the whole thing, but one thing I'm going to give you. You can change, grow, and turn things around and build a very profitable business right now. These guys don't have any more time than you do. They don't possess any magical skills you don't. It's the things we talked about that you start putting in place. Now, I don't want you to go out and feel so overwhelmed that you need to work on 20 different things. Where do you need to start? What is the first step you can take today? Because taking a step today rather than planning for that perfect step 2 weeks from now will make all the difference in the world, no matter how small that step is. If you make up your mind and take one little step today and another step tomorrow and another step the day after, pretty soon you're going to start building momentum and the compound effect will start kicking in little by little, where you start shifting how you perceive yourself, start shifting that mindset, start building better systems. The change will come. It never fails. The approach is always the same. That, my friends, is the secret to good lifestyle. To being a rock star. If there are 6.8 million transactions closed a year, and if majority of them agents make $50,000 a year or less, where does that leave you? Which group? There are very few agents in between. It seems like there is a tiny sliver of people who make most money. My mission in 2021 is for you to be one of them. No more playing small. No more Toyota Corollas. No more little apartments. No more deal here and there. Let's play big. Let's go for a big one. All right, friends, are you in? Give me a like, give me a love, give me some comments. Send me a note, connect with me. Let me know how I can help you. And if you want to come try the path, here is the URL. goborino.com/trial. Go check it out. I think you will like it. I love the program. I love working with you. We get together at least once a week where we work on your business, work on your mindset, work on your tools and your systems. Whether you come on board or not, doesn't matter. Still love you. Still want to work with you. All right, friends, we spent 45 minutes together. What a good time I had. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for trusting yourself that you can do this. I know you can, but I want to make sure you know that as well. We'll talk real soon. Coach Borino signing off. Gotta run. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Do something different right now after we hang up. And let me know how it works out. Coach Borino signing off. Appreciate you guys. Let's go get him. Ciao.